Before we begin, thank you very much to Capitalism, where everyone wins, for joining the Patreon campaign. I don't think everyone wins in capitalism, not to get businessy on you, but I'm pretty sure there's a few people that come up on the bad end of it. But thank you very much for the contribution. Thank you very much for pitching into the campaign. It does mean a world of everything to me. We are 1 week away from the next batch of TJTV episodes going up, by the way. So $5 a month will get you access to those once they are live, for those who want to see the old archives. So there's been a lot to talk about with this guy on screen right now. So we had listings that reported that, yeah, there was going to be a transforming Autobot symbol on the way. I don't think we had this much in mind. This really should have just been the most obvious thing. Yeah, of course, it's going to be Optimus Prime who turns into an Autobot logo. And for what it is, yeah, like, it looks fine. It's a weird little niche thing. It's almost $50 because they made this thing larger than a Voyager. Like, it's 6.5 inches tall. So Voyager, largish Voyager. And it's just ridiculous, isn't it? It's the most ridiculous thing. And it just has, I think a lot of the discussion is like, not so much like, well, that's just crazy expensive for what it is, because I think we just kind of accept that at this point. The weird stuff is always going to be a little bit more expensive. I think it starts the conversation a lot of, well, what else are they going to do? Because, like, you could easily shatter glass this and do a purple version, and I think it would look sick. But that said, you could also do the Decepticon symbol with Megatron. He just ended up being a little bit more purple than usual. And then you go, well, how far do we want to take this collection? Is it going to be a one-off thing? Is just a display piece? Or do we want to get into all of the faction emblems? Do I start getting things like an Optimus Primal Maximal symbol? Do I start getting things like a Megatron Viacon symbol? You know, how far does the rabbit hole go? Which genuinely has me curious. Can I get like a G2 Decepticon logo and it's just Megatron, like with like purple and green camo on his robot mode parts? Can I get that, please? Maybe. So I think it's funny to just like speculate on what this could eventually be. But it also kind of brings up this point of conversation. We kind of let Optimus Prime turn into anything these days, don't we? You know, and I guess I understand why. It's the main character of the whole franchise, but it literally is getting out of control. So I'm going to touch on a few of the most famous ones, because I did a video way back when, 4 years ago or something like that, where we looked at everything Optimus Prime has ever transformed into, but we've had a lot of people join the channel since then. So we're going to touch on a few of the classics, but then we're slowly going to get into everything that's come out in the last 4 years, because I feel like that's when everything's kind of blown up, and Optimus Prime is just practically anything now. For instance, shoe. This is the most infamous one, I think. I think anytime you mention, yeah, Optimus Prime turned into a shoe to a casual fan, you're immediately going to just make them like question your sanity and really start wondering if you're just messing with them. This is Sports Label Convoy, and yes, it is an actual shoe transformer. You can't wear the shoe, obviously. It's plastic, it's too small, and there's no space inside it. It's not hollow. But it does have a lace. It has actual laces that you can tie. They use this mold for a Megatron and a Starscream as well, just to milk it for a little bit more. No Bumblebee on this one, which was weird. I don't know. They kind of, I guess Nike didn't want a yellow shoe. Yeah, I think this is the one where it's like, this feels like the most out there. Oh, but they get weird. They stay weird. How about the cap? Is this weird little novelty release of Optimus Prime and Megatron as baseball caps. I think what I always loved about this is that it's very cartoony in proportions. You remember like the modern CGI He-Man series where everyone was kind of like really buff but kind of like short statured at the same time? It kind of reminds me of that. Like, and I laugh at the duck feet because they had to do something with the rim of the cap, so they just gave him these gigantic like flipper feet. It's a funny one. It's one of the funnier ones to me. Just visually, it's amusing. How about a flip phone? We can turn Optimus Prime into like an old school flip phone. This one actually feels appropriate, doesn't it? Like Optimus Prime gives off like, like he gives off like dad energy. Like he gives off like boomer dad energy. So him still being stuck on a flip phone and not upgrading to a smartphone, that feels like Optimus Prime. That tracks, I think. It's weirdly appropriate. They did a few different colorations on this one too. And a few other, I think Megatron had his own as well. If you want an evil flip phone, just in case. Oh, and if you are on the road and your flip phone starts to run out of battery, do not worry. We have a battery backup for that. So Optimus Prime has also been a battery backup. Now the fun thing here is that this actually works. You actually can use this as a battery backup. You see the USB port that's in the top? You see the USB plug? It's going to the light in his hand to light up his sword weapon because that is literally what is powering that. It's a fun little like offbeat figure. If you're a huge Transformers nerd and you really want to represent the brand no matter what the situation is, then yeah, you're free to have this one. I don't think it holds much of a charge because most of that brick is just a toy robot to transform. The actual battery is not all that big, if I recall correctly. But still, it would work in a pinch. This one just seems a little bit off, but it's mostly a normal Optimus Prime. It's just black and gold. But this was with a collaboration with Primitive Skateboarding when they decided let's make Titans Return Optimus Prime into a skate park. So they turned that base mode into kind of like a far more prominent mode, and then gave you extra parts to actually give you like ramps and grind rails and such. And yeah, his little Titan Master now had like a little hoverboard that he could surf around on. It's a funny little one. It's a funny little idea to turn a base mode into a skate park. I think they could have gone further, like more accessories, more ramps, more grind rails. Like give me a half pipe attachment. This was fun. I used to have this one and I wish I still did because it's just a really cool looking Optimus Prime. Black and gold Optimus Primes always hit, by the way. You know, that doesn't matter. They just always do. This one was a little bit weird. It got by because it looked as cool as it did. But it does kind of feel like a little bit corporate shill, doesn't it? You know, when it's just Optimus Prime repainted to promote a skate brand. It feels a little corporate shill. So the next thing we're going to look at that Optimus Prime turned into was a corporate shill. This is Bathing Ape Optimus Prime. They repainted MP10 a few times in order to create promotional items for their store and their brand. And the funny part is like they announced a ton of them, and I think only like 2 came out. They're like, I know the gray one, the red one, and this green one came out, but they had like a plethora of colors that never quite made it into existence, which is sad. But hey, if you want a 2-tone green Optimus Prime with weird camouflage and a monkey stamped onto his shoulder, apes are not monkeys. I know, it's just a joke. Calm down. If you want him with a prime ape on his shoulder, there you go. All right. So, the next thing he turned into was a corporate shill. So what we're looking here is the original G1 Optimus Prime mold, or at least the new recasting of it they did for modern reissues, and it's now doing a different fashion brand, this time Supreme. See, the Bathing Ape one I can kind of get behind because they're doing something different with the colors, like they're two-toning everything. This is just a solid red Optimus Prime with Supreme stamped all over him. It's not enough that it's the entire side of his trailer, by the way. It's stamped to his windshields. It's stamped on his biceps. It is stamped on his crotch. His crotch is Supreme. This one went too far. Like, on one hand, it still very much looks like Optimus in vehicle mode. But on the other hand, he looks like a NASCAR driver who only has one brand sponsoring him at the time. It's a rough one. It's a rough one. Optimus deserves better than this. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm done with this whole idea. This weird bit of mine. Okay, so the next thing he turned into was a corporate shill. Okay. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. Optimus Prime is now like a celebrity in and of himself. Brands are going to be absolutely thrilled to have Optimus Prime repping anything they do. So, this is not really shocking. It's a big spit in the face to Walmart, and also spit in the face to Amazon, who was supposed to have a figure like this and didn't. But there is a long-standing tradition of this. The original variant of G1 Optimus Prime was the Pepsi Optimus Prime, where you can get just a sticker of the Pepsi logo along the side of the vehicle mode. So he does have a long history of being used to represent some other corporations and sponsor, and represent a few brands. Okay, we'll ignore that. Now I am officially moving on from it. No more. But we're going to move into something that does feel a little bit like that, because Optimus has also been a Ghostbuster for some reason. Now, we did the Ghostbuster crossover figure, and that's all well and good, okay? Ectotron is a really nice figure that lives like the fandom's dream of one of those classic 80s movie vehicles becoming an actual transforming robot. And that's all great. That's fun, right? This is the opposite end of the spectrum, where Optimus Prime now is a Ghostbuster, complete with a full trailer with the phone number, the logo, the branding, and what looks like a much more like an internals area design more in tune with Ghostbusters. Roller now looks like a ghost trap. The repair unit in the back now looks like the containment chamber. Containment unit. Ghostbuster fans, calm down. Slip of the tongue. This is because of the comic book crossovers. They went with the full Masterpiece mold for it, which I think is a little bit overkill, but okay, fine, whatever. Poor MP10 got used for everything, didn't he? Optimus Prime was also the choice for this extremely expensive watch. This one set you back, I believe, $400 when it came out. So Optimus Prime is actually the display base, and you can see it doesn't really transform all that much. You can see the legs are kind of put together. You can see where his feet are connected in the front. His arms are just kind of like hanging off the back. So it's a little bit plain. It's a little bit of a letdown. Crazy expensive because the G-Shock brand is an expensive brand of watch. So it is what it is. I do think it's neat that it can kind of nestle into the chest at least. So at least the watch incorporates into the robot mode, kinda. Optimus has also been a lunar rover recently. And this is not even a real lunar rover, by the way. This is a concept lunar rover. It's like a lunar rover if we ever get people back on the moon and they want to drive around, like that's like it's a Saturday, they got the day off, they got they got the nice car out of the garage and they just want to tool around town, but on the moon. That's kind of what we're going for here. The toy itself is actually really neat. I have this one. I like this one. But it is weird because it's not the first choice I would make for a lunar rover transformer. I would think Perceptor or Wheeljack. I would go with like a scientist or an inventor. I'm sensing you want to get back into like weird stuff that is not just some form of a truck. Okay, I got you. How about a camera? Optimus Prime now has to be a camera. Canon wants the main bot as like a transforming toy, so I guess that's what they get. Stuff like this, I never even know. Like, I would love to know who approaches who. Does Canon actually ask to be a transformer? Or did someone at Takara really just have so little to do with their time? Or do they just go like, I kind of want to make a transforming camera. But we really don't want to do Reflector. So let's do Optimus Prime first, and we'll do Reflector as a retool. And then we'll just kind of like pretend like Like that was the intent all along. I feel like Reflector was like begrudgingly made because he is the camera transformer. This one was always weird to me, not only because the proportions are incredibly bizarre, the torso is huge, the barrel sticking out of the body, but also the matrix of leadership just kind of there behind a lens of glass always amused me. It's the most powerful relic in the universe. Where do we keep it? It's behind this little bit of plexiglass. It'll be fine. So I'm gonna go back to trucks for a little bit, but these are the weird trucks. So for instance, we thought we could turn Optimus Prime into Mecha Godzilla, and it didn't work. I think, did we universally agree that this was just terrible? Like, I know there's some people who do like this deco, and that is perfectly fine. Every toy is gonna be for somebody. But the general consensus was this felt really cheap, lame, rushed. It's just, it almost looks like a prototype, right? It almost looks like a flat gray prototype. And it's boring. It's just boring. It's not conveying the character that they really intended, and that's not a good look. Doesn't help that I'm kind of sick of this mold. I think everyone was sick of this mold by the time they decided to release this really weird kind of like half effort repaint. I don't know. This one always was just, I think this one was rushed. We never got like official confirmation, but it felt like the Godzilla crossover stuff was all rushed. When that wasn't rushed, when someone's actually putting real effort into it, is Optimus Prime is an Evangelion now. He's basically cosplaying Eva Unit 1 in the same way that he was like cosplaying Ryu from Street Fighter. I almost put that one on this video, by the way, because it's not Ryu as a transformer. They specifically note on all the releases of it that it is Convoy or Optimus Prime as Ryu. So it's just him dressing up. This one is in the same vein, but man, the amount of retooling they went in on this figure is ridiculous. It does look really, really solid. I'm not an Evangelion fan, and even I look at this and go, that looks really neat and well thought out. That actually looks like it respects the original material really, really well, while also being a good-looking Transformer toy. This is probably one of the better ones. It's a weird one. It's weird that, yes, it's Optimus Prime, just as an Eva, but it works kind of in a weird way. Now, a franchise that hits far closer to home, one I genuinely love, Monster Hunter. Optimus Prime is also a Rathalos now. This one I had so many high hopes for. They did this one, they did the Silver Rathalos. I was hoping for the Azure, because Optimus Blue, it made sense to me. Invert the colors, do a Delta Magnus looking one. But unfortunately, we only got the two, and it seems like that is so far as this collaboration is going to get. I loved this. It's crazy expensive for what it is, but I love the idea of Monster Hunter Transformers. I feel like they could have gone so much farther with this if they had just, delved into it a little bit more. There's so many good monsters that could have been, done up as Transformer characters. Missed opportunity. I don't know if it's just because, we only wanted to do the two, or maybe it didn't sell well. I don't know. But it was cool while we had it. I love the idea. Something else a little bit crazier, a little bit left field, because we never thought these companies would work together. Optimus Prime is a Macross now. He's a Macross jet. Keep in mind, we had a hard enough time getting him to be anything that wasn't a truck once upon a time. People freaking out because he was a car or a pickup truck rather than a semi-truck. So now we get to the point where not only is he a jet, he's a jet that can combine with a very Rodimus Prime looking trailer to form what is absolutely not a real vehicle in any way, shape, or form. It's a fun one. I'm not going to harp on it. I'm not making fun of any of these, by the way. We're just pointing out how weird it is. Optimus Prime is now going through careers like Barbie. Like, I feel like he's having an identity crisis at this point. Just like every Optimus is everywhere and all things at all times. And this is one of the weirder ones. Not only just because of the overall design, but just because of the circumstances of it. What do you mean you're working with the Macross brand and you're not doing a jet fire. That's wild to me. Is what it is. Okay, so what? Okay, Macross 7 gets it instead. Whatever. It's a fun one. It's a weird one. Do you have way too much money to spend? Can I recommend the Zoids crossover? So Optimus Prime is now a shield Liger, which is again interesting choice. But we also threw Diaclone Reboot into it for some reason. So Optimus Prime now has Diaclone Reboot engineering and function to him, making him way more expensive than I think he would have been if it was just a Liger that transformed. This is another one where, like, if this was cheaper, I would absolutely do this because I do like my Zoids, but I am a bigger fan of the Liger Zero than I am the Shield Liger. If, like, oh my god, man, if they did the Liger Zero as Ultra Magnus and he got the blue armor, oh man, I can't remember what the blue one is. Jaeger's the green one, Schneider's the red one. Oh, I can't remember what the blue one was now. No, Panzer was the green one. Okay. I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna try. Point is, that one would have been an incredibly cool version, and if this does well enough, I hope we even get to that because it's such a cool idea. But we'll take this for now. Just wish it was cheaper. We'll get back into modern because Optimus Prime is now a soccer ball. We will admit, his name is not Optimus Prime. His name is Breakaway. This is technically not Optimus Prime. At the same time, freaking look at him. He's in the exact same colors as Optimus Prime. He's got a head design that is obviously meant to invoke Optimus Prime. It's Optimus Prime, except with a new name, and we know that's what they're going for. Let's please not kid ourselves here. But, okay, fine, whatever. I'm cheating on the last one because I also want to just bring up the stupid soccer ball again. But we can't end it on that because there's so much weirder. There's so much weirder. Nothing tops this one. Nothing tops this one. It's Optimus Prime as a Manju Netsuke, which is basically they're basically just ornamental disc sculptures from like old time Japan. Then they could be just as small as a button, or they could be like handheld size. They're actually just like named after Manju themselves because they're supposed to have that same shape. This is a ridiculously intricate piece. It is handmade, real silver, and there's an actual silver artisan who worked on this piece. You could only get it during a particular Transformers Expo event. You could only get it by pre-order, and you could only get it if you were within, like, I don't know how many of these were made. I think like 10. This is some ridiculously low number. You can see the price on the image. 660,000 yen. Ridiculously expensive. Like the most expensive Transformer that like does a full like proper Transformer thing that I've ever seen. But it's again Optimus Prime masquerading as something else. And I can't get any weirder than this. You see what I mean? Like, this was like less than 2 years ago, and we're just getting crazier stuff coming out now. Like, it's bizarre to me. Like, we just kind of let it go wild. Every brand that wants Transformers to work with them, obviously they want the main hero to be their thing, right? Because people will buy it because it's Optimus Prime. But it does make me appreciate what crossovers and collaborative usually does, which is just make a new character so we don't bog it down with, oh, by the way, it's also Optimus Prime. But it is what it is. Optimus can be just about anything he wants these days, including faction symbols. So that's just a rundown of all the modern stuff. just to take you down the lane of weird this guy goes through. And it's a nice excuse to discuss this thing and the possibilities that we could get from that. We'll talk about later on the news recap next week. But for now, that is going to be it for me today. So, as usual, thank you everyone for watching. I will see you next time. Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a Tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.